In today's video, we're going to talk about 3 things that traders get wrong when it comes to altcoins. Now, I know there's a lot more than 3 things. Every one of us makes mistakes when dealing with altcoins. It is what it is. We're dealing with money. Mistakes are going to happen, especially with the promise of profit. Now, what inspired today's video was actually, look up here, Keith Waring. Actually, I'll make that a little bit bigger for you. Keith Waring put out a tweet earlier today, about 9 hours ago. He says, anyone remember Verge XVG? If it returns to its all-time high on the XVG BTC pairing, chart would represent a 38,567.47% gain. Surely that's not going to be worth sticking $100 in. Remember, alts under ascent pump hard when retail FOMO kicks in. And after reading his tweet, and I'm going to say this, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. But I will say that this needs a little bit clarifying since there's a lot of new blood in the space right now. And I'm seeing right now with a lot of the new blood in the space that they're making a lot of the same mistakes that many of us have already made in 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019. There's a lot of fresh 2020 blood in here. And I've been seeing these guys getting their asses handed to them, all right? So let's dive into the 3 things, and really quick before we go any farther, if you would smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn on the bell notifications. You know how YouTube feels about this kind of content. It's absolutely ridiculous. Altcoin season is just getting started, so these 3 things maybe are going to be good refreshers from a lot of you guys who've been in the space for a long period of time. Maybe you forgot some of these important lessons, all right? But altcoin season's coming back. I do believe, I don't think it'll be as often as 2017, but I do believe we'll see a few low caps do 100x. I do. I think the 1000x days are over. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. I mean, it is crypto. You just never know what in the hell is going to happen. So the first mistake I see traders make is get emotional. When you are investing with emotions, you are gambling. And go back to that tweet I shared with you about Keith Waring with XVG. XVG, Verge, in my opinion, is complete garbage. But the thing is about that coin, it has a hell of a community. It always sucks in a lot of the new people that come into the space. So the likelihood that coin will pump again is pretty high. There is an opportunity to make a lot of money. So if I was to let my emotions get in the way, all right, by thinking Verge is crap and not putting out $100, that's money that I could potentially lose. Now, this emotional aspect goes 2 ways, okay? And always remember, you have to check those emotions at the door, because if you don't, it's expensive. Emotions can also cost you a lot of money, okay? We're going to get more in detail into this later on in the next two common mistakes. But one thing that I could tell you is, yes, a lot of people will go in there and buy and buy and buy, but those emotions will also prevent you from selling when necessary. Now, the second thing I see happen a lot is people falling for the pump and dump trading group schemes. And this is going to be a very common thing happening. Now, I'm looking right now at the low cap coins. A lot of these groups, okay, these are strategic groups that form once the market starts to show extreme volatility on the upside and the low side. These groups get together typically on Telegram. They target these kind of coins right here that are in a low cap, usually less than $10 million. I mean, they go for a really low cap garbage. I've seen them target $1 million caps before, and it's insane. And what happens is they wait for that time when people's emotions are at the highest, right? At that time when people are trying to make the most money possible, and they go in there together and collaborate and start pumping the coin, knowing that retail has their eyes out right now for every coin that is pumping, believing that they can buy in on time to make some money. And I'm going to tell you right now, if a coin has gone 5x, 3x in some cases, but if it's really starting to pump, it's typically too late. The likelihood that you're going to get in there and buy on time to make any substantial gains is very low. It is. That's why that old saying in the space, buy low, sell high, okay? It sounds really like basic, elementary, and fundamental, but there's so much truth into that. And there's so much truth, especially in the altcoin season that's fixing to kick in. So you have to remember, FOMO is the weapon that these predators utilize to take your money. Now, the third thing that I see happen, okay, this thing right here is so common and it's not even funny. It's ridiculously common, is holding too long. The reason I have XRP up is I actually had a friend of mine reach out to me and ask me, hey, should I sell my XRP? It's the thing is like, when should I sell it? Or maybe I should hang on to it even longer. The thing is, you have to remember, if you're in profit, it's never too soon. So what if the coin pumps an additional 10, 20, 50% after you sold it? You didn't sell it for a loss. You already sold it for a profit. Go do it again. Okay, so I'm telling you, that's something I see so many people do right there. Is that last one. They hold way too long and it gets them crushed. It absolutely gets them killed because they're just thinking, oh my God, if it goes up just a little bit more, oh my God, if I sell it right now and this can go up a little bit more and then I'm gonna miss those. No, don't worry about that. If you bought it low, it pumped, you made 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% on your money and you sold and it still goes up afterwards, so fucking what? You made a profit. And that's something you have to hardwire into yourself is don't get stuck holding too long because at some point it's going to peak while you're sitting there waiting for it to keep going higher. It'll peak and then it'll end up dumping on you. And when these things dump during this kind of market, when things dump, they take a massive shit, okay? It dumps hard. So no matter what, when you're investing in altcoins, you have to look at it like this. It's a calculated risk. It's always a risk. No matter how much information you may know, what you may know from previous altcoins and your previous investments, it is always a risk. You have to do the best you can to make logical decisions when investing in this space. And it's never easy, but something else I can tell you, okay? And don't get undisciplined with this. This is something I see a lot of people also screw up with is you have to take a risk, okay? You can't be a sideliner or a keyboard activist talking about, oh, it's a scam, it's another ICO, this, that, pump and dump. I get it. There is a lot of schemes, a lot of scams, a lot of bullshit in this space. But it's those who take the greatest risk. That's the truth. The ones who take the greatest risk tend to make the most money. And I hate to say that, but I'm not saying be irresponsible with it. I'm not even telling you to do that. I'm just telling you what the actual scenario is that I see from my experience in this space. Now, something I need to cover before we end this video is a project that I feel is an extremely good calculated risk. It's something I've been talking about on this channel for the past 2-3 months periodically. It's starting to really take off. And I'm telling you what, this is a developing story. Okay, what I'm fixing to share with you is a developing story because there's something big coming out of this. Okay, it's just let me show you what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is LTO Network. Okay, now if you've been watching my channel, you already know what they are. But to kind of give you the Reader's Digest version, and actually the best way to give you the Reader's Digest version is to show you what Binance, their research labs, actually said about them. They did a fantastic job breaking this down. But LTO Network is a hybrid blockchain platform featuring business-to-business functionalities. It's a project raised $4 million via private and public sale tokens. These are the founders. It has a consensus on the public layer done via least proof of stake. And the proof of stake, I tell you what, the rewards are pretty decent, which allows the community to secure the network and share network fees generated by organizations as rewards. I tell you what, I will put a link for this down below so that those of you needing to get caught up or learn more about LTO can have, this is like the ultimate one-stop shop for information on what LTO is. But I'm going to tell you this, what you're reading there does not include what LTO has in the pipeline. LTO has got some pretty significant things coming. Things that I find significant enough for myself to add more of it into my portfolio, okay? I'm telling you that it's a very exciting time. So these guys have been focusing on the business-to-business aspect, been focusing on the ideas, the fact that this needs real-world adoption, real-world usage. None of this crypto gets stuck in the digital currency world. Let's find some real-world usage, and let's conduct ourselves like a real business. And I'm going to tell you, that's exactly what they're doing. It's exactly what they're doing. I cannot wait for the next couple of weeks for the news to get released, but I'm telling you, this right here is something you need to have your eyes on, guys. But all right, that's it. That's all I got for today. I know it's kind of a shorter video than normal, but listen, it's deer season, so I've been getting up every day at 5 trying to get all my business done, and it's been kind of rough because I mean I stay out in the woods and it was still pretty late, and it's just I'm kind of like bleh, brain is all joggled and going crazy. But listen, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you guys will see me back tomorrow. Peace out.